Hello, good evening. Welcome to this evening's edition of GCBC. Good evening, Loki Star. Good evening, Zunk. How are you, gentlemen?
Punctual. How are you?
Punctual is good. I just had to do I had to reset a match from the UKBBL whilst the credits were rolling there. So sorry, I wasn't quite.
And that's why you were late.
Yeah, that was why I was late. If you were watching the Sages stream just now, you would have seen that his match DC'd, and I've just reset it. So the problems, first world problems of being a league commissioner. So I haven't even looked to see what's going on around the league at the moment. Obviously the Sages playing, but that one's been streamed on the Sages channel. So we're going to cover something ourselves.
Zunk's playing.
Zunk is playing. Zunk, are you actually playing your league match?
I did tell you this. Yes, I did. Yes, indeed. I am playing my league match. I should have started 5 minutes ago, but my opponent, he's not here.
Okay, so that's good. So how is everybody? How is Loki Star? How is Zunk? And how are your seasons going?
Go on, Loki. After you.
Yeah, Loki. You messaged me the other day to tell us, or to tell me that you thought you were playing better this season. Let's be honest. It couldn't have gotten any worse.
Well, I'm getting better, as in I'm not as sick as I was before.
You're not as what? Sorry?
Sick. No, I've been under the weather, mate. No,
hang on, you're putting the whole of season 29 down to your health. Is that what you're trying to do here?
No. Actually, I've been sick this season and I'm winning, so I don't know what you make of that.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you've got some, kind of dodgy venereal disease that's ended up giving you special Samsung-like powers. You never know.
Yeah, it could help that you go down the division and play weaker teams as well.
Wow, shots are being fired. Everybody in tier 3 and below. Weaker teams.
Did you hear that?
Sorry, which division are you in, Zunk? Remind us again.
I'm in tier 4.
Oh,
I'm with the dross, apparently.
With the dross.
Virtually what he said, isn't it?
It is. That's what I heard. That's definitely what I heard. Good evening.
Giveaway, that was.
Good evening, Bulldog. Good evening, Bob and Yak. Good evening, Anton. Nice to have you with us. Right, so we've got a fairly packed show tonight. First of all, we're going to find out what exactly Loki Star thinks of the lower divisions. We're also going to be looking at how everyone's season's going. We've got the FA Cup round 2 draw tonight, although there are a couple of outstanding round 1 matches that have been played tomorrow, which I've allowed because we've got 2-week turnover. One of those games, our dearest Commissioner Thyrus hasn't been able to get his FA Cup match done in 2 weeks. Well, not only is that bad, he also managed to get his league match not played last week either. But never mind, nothing like commitment to the league. Good evening, Champion Scald. Sorry, Zunk, what was that?
It was a way to set an example.
I know, right? I know. Well, speaking of examples, we'll talk about my performance in the league during the course of the show, because I'm on smug mode and insidious. That's what you get for beating me in the league, okay? You knocked out the cup now, son, and I'm not even sorry. Revenge. It did help that in his league match, which was literally... He started his league match at 8 o'clock and I played him in the cup at 10 o'clock. And in that 2-hour period, he managed to lose his ball carrier, which I was ever so upset about. His Chaos 2-headed, multiple-armed, blodging beastman that moves 7. He was, bye-bye. You're not playing in the FA Cup. So, yeah, it was great. Loki, so why are you saying hi all? You're on the stream. You can just say hi to... honestly.
I don't want to interrupt you when you're on a roll, mate.
I know. Right, let's see what games are out there. We've got... what have we got?
Ask me how I was doing.
Go on, Zunk. Tell us about your team.
Secret now, isn't it?
No. I think you're doing not bad with Baby Chaos, is from what I've heard.
Yes, miraculously, we are unbeaten in the first 2 games. A draw and a win. But we're looking a little bit thin on numbers. That we're missing a goat who died and a Chaos Warrior who died.
Okay.
So,
but you have picked up some skills.
Well, we've picked up an apothecary.
Well,
is that a skill?
Well, that's helpful. But you've picked up some skills, I suppose. It would have saved. It would have been good to have had that. Skills. It would have been good to have the apothecary last week when you had that Chaos Warrior die.
Maybe.
No, because death. Apothecary Death is also a thing. Right, let's have a look. Do we bother you?
So you're also undefeated, are you, Gav?
No, I lost match day 1, which is why I had to get my revenge in the FA Cup in match day 2. But I have won match days 3 and 2, so I'm on 6 points. So I'm sitting 4th in Middenheim East in Tier 2 at the moment, so that's good. By the way, if there are anybody watching the UK or GCBC for the first time, this is slightly different from the other UK, Blood Bowl streams. We're here to look at kind of a fanzine approach, match of the day, if you will, of the UKBBL. You'll join me and usually my co-host is Andy Davo, known from Davo Vision, but he has lent me Zunk this week because Davo's been busy being the bronze medalist in his latest failure at a tournament. So he's actually been abroad. It's a true story, Zunk. You know, you look at the run of defeats he's had at tournaments, they go back a fair way. It's been a while since he's won one. It's true.
He has been scraping in with a few second and third places, but I mean, yeah, technically he hasn't won in the other last 3.
Exactly.
He's doing better than I could, so don't diss my boy. He's my marketing material, man.
Well, all I know is that last tournament that Andy Davo went to, he was 3rd place, and the last tournament that I went to, I was 3rd place. So he's as good as me. Anyway, you've just been compared to the Alan Shearer of BB by yourself. That's
quite accurate, wasn't it?
That's not right. Right, let's choose a game. What do we fancy? I can't remember any of the divisions that these people are from. I'm going to have a quick look. But we have that technology because we can just have a handy spreadsheet to help us remember the 168 teams that are currently playing in the UKBBL. It's not actually 168, it's slightly more because of conference teams as well. So, right, we've got Dagon's Teeth. Which division are they in? Any starters for 10? Nobody? They're in Barron Hills West. That's Tier 3. We've got a couple of conference games as well. Rosalia's Mistwalkers. That's the one we're going to go for. We're going to go for Rosalia's Mistwalkers. And Rosalia are in... I've just decided that. They're in Barron Hills West as well. So it's a Barron Hills West. That match is coming to a close. It's 2-0. We're just going to pop into that game, see how they're getting on there. And then we'll come back and hopefully Zunk's match will have started and we can lament in Zunk's latest victory.
Can you think of any cunning way where I can use cable vision to watch this match while still looking out for my opponent? Or shall I just not use cable vision?
You can not use cable vision just while we're catching the end of this. So this is a Battlelogues 2-0 against... Oh, blimey. Look at that camera work. Shoddy at best. Sabo's Rosalia Mistwalkers. Sabo is supposed to be playing Thyrus. He's the other half of the we can't get our match sorted out in 2 weeks. Good evening, Farron. Good evening, Gunlogue. Good evening, Cornite as well. We haven't done the FA Cup.
I'm Bulldog.
Yet. Good evening, Bulldog. You never like watching me. Bulldog, what is your team called? It's a high elf team, isn't it? I have to ask Bulldog, why weren't you in the FA Cup this season? That's an outrage. It shouldn't be allowed. Good evening. Right, this is looking good for Sabo's Rosalia Mistwalkers. They are 2-0 up in the sunshine. Oh, it's just nice weather.
Beautiful dub skulls.
So remind the viewers who may not have caught up with us before, we've talked about my team. That's the Mighty Fire Orc. So it's an Orc team. Got the shirt, got the t-shirt. We've heard about Dreadnoughts, and by the way, those of you that haven't heard about Zunk's infamy, the Dreadnoughts are a former UKBBL championship winning side. So he did win the UKBBL. Which season was it, Zunk?
23, 22,
something like that. It wasn't that long ago. I mean,
about 2 years.
Well, in a league that's been going 30 seasons, 23 isn't that long ago. I mean, Conflict Diamond hasn't won it since season 3, and half the people watching probably don't even know who Conflict Diamond is, but he won season 3 with a Skaven team. He sprang to mind because I actually happened to go to some NFL matches yesterday with him. But anyway, back to our guest, Loki Star. Remind the viewers what mighty team you are playing with, Loki Star, that you managed to get relegated from Tier 2 with last season.
Mighty Tea Leaves Choir, Necro.
Necro, the Tea Leaves Choir, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. We've already won more games this season than the entire last season.
And well done on your very, very successful negotiation of round 1 of the FA Cup. You managed to make it into the hat for round 2.
I'm doing pretty well.
I know. Remind us again who you played in the first round?
I absolutely blitzed a team called BB2.
Bye. Oh yeah, there was.
They never stood a chance.
They didn't. You managed to win it 1-0 on the notes here. Yeah, so congratulations on that. Some highlights for those of you that haven't seen the FA Cup. Good evening, Burgers, as well. For those of you that haven't pitched in to see the FA Cup results from the first round, I'm going to quickly give a shout out to the champion Scald, who mercilessly defeated his opponent 6-0 in the first round. Now, admittedly, any Premiership side should go a little bit easier on a Tier 4 Underworld team, but he didn't. So he absolutely brutalised them.
6-0.
6-0 is pretty spectacular, and that was against the former UKBBL champion in ex-Commissioner Waldorf as well. So someone that knows a thing or two around the Blood Bowl pitch. But yes, Robbo, you you brutalised the poor man. 6-0. Do you know what? I was looking at the results while I was at work one day, and I just happened to catch Waldorf typing in, "We narrowly lost 6-0." 6-0. Well played.
I played that team last week.
Did you win 6-0?
2-0.
2-0. So it's a good week for Waldorf all round, really. He lost 8-0 in 2 games. Oh dear. Bless him.
He's not from South East London by any chance. He's near the Crystal Palace.
No, he's from Lancashire, so other side of the country. So no, it's not. Yeah, so that was the highlight of the round for me. Although I'm going to give a special shout out to Pugilist here. Pugilist is new to the league. He's plying his trade in the conferences with his high elf team, Yorkshire Roses. He managed to actually knock out Mystic John, who is currently playing in Tier 4. Mystic John's not a bad coach, but it's nice to have a conference team that has ploughed its way into the second round as well. Ichimasak also into the second round from Tier 4 with his Nurgle team, the Rancidian Knights. And Famp Fox took his Nagarai Shadows from Tier 4, Autumn Forest East, into round 2 as well. And yeah, those. Oh, and one Mailer. Oh, that was a buy. That doesn't count. I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to give you a shout out, Mailer. No shout out to Mailer for having a buy from Tier 4. But congratulations to those lower league teams that have managed to Tier 4 and conference coaches that have squeaked into the second round. Apart from those guys, though, the majority of coaches are in Tier 3 or above, and we'll cover that later in the show. Right. So there's quite a way to go in this match. So in this situation, if you were playing as the Nurgle team, Zunk, looking, can you see? Are you seeing this on screen?
I can see the stream, yes.
Okay. So if you were playing, Dark Elves versus, and you're playing the Nurgle here, and you're 2-0 down, what on earth can you do in this situation other than lose?
You're up against it, to be honest.
Keep the faith.
Do we have much in the way of tackle piling on Mighty Blow in Pestigor or anything like that?
We've got a Nurgle Warrior with block. We've got a Pestigor with block. Here we go.
2-0 down.
This is where it is. Here it is. We've got a Nurgle Warrior with block, Mighty Blow. He is your hope.
The problem that...
Oh, hang on. No. There is a Pestigor with block, claw, Mighty Blow.
Okay.
Things are on the up.
Building these right. He's just unlucky that he's come up against a team with Blodge this early on, and a
fair amount of it. So this is tier 3. To be fair, this is tier 3. So
If possible, he'd be looking to get 3 dyed blocks with his Mighty Blow players on the elves, but with the elven mobility and Babylon not having much in the way of tackle yet, that's easier said than done. That's his best hope. It clearly isn't working, but this matchup does rather favour the Dark Elves.
Indeed.
In terms of score. So
I
sympathise with him, really.
He does also have a wizard in hand. So if he can somehow get this ball back and then get lucky, let's not count him out yet.
The problem he's got is that whilst the disturbing fragrance is great for spoiling passing plays and handoffs, it doesn't interfere with pickups.
No.
And so what will happen is that the Dark Elves will seek to pick up the ball and just run away. That's it.
Yeah, it's not a great matchup for Nurgle because of the elf teams. Obviously, Dark Elves are the ones that are least likely to pass, aren't they? So
it's a tough ask for Babylon. So lots of sympathy for him, but the way he's building the team, it's the way you would, or it's the way I would build Nurgle too. And unfortunately, that means that you don't really get tackle probably until at least second skill on not the first or second Pesticosta level, because you want to kill a one, then a pick the ball up one, and then you think about a tackle one who also becomes kind of killer later on, maybe.
Yeah.
But I sympathise. I would struggle if it was my Chaos lot with the same issues, that you just can't reliably knock them over.
Bob and his yak have just pointed out that tier 3 is the most difficult tier to get out of because he's only ever managed it once. So thanks for your input, Bob, as usual. Maybe if you didn't try to leap with Nurgle Warriors, then you might find yourself getting out of tier 3. So there you go. Was that before or after Pugilist's team got murdered in his conference match? I don't actually know, Gruff. I think it was probably before. But let's be honest, very few of the Nurgle, the Kislev teams are doing dreadfully well at the moment. Poor old Bevan. It was queried whether he would win a game before he's on the show next. So, although having said that, the team that Pugilist did actually beat is actually currently top of Dratwald Forest West. So, interesting.
Well, we speculated quite long and hard about how the Kislev teams would fare, and the clever money seems to be on they're going to thrive at the mid-tier level, the sort of 1600-1700 team value, where they've got enough skills that they can start reliably do stuff with the blitzers, but not so many skills that they're going to be facing killer teams all the time. So I think they'll probably get to... You'll see them in the Premiership, I think. We will see that if people don't give up. But whether they'll stay around very long, I'm not sure.
Yeah, difficult. It's an odd roster. For those of you that haven't seen, a very exciting press release from the NAF this weekend. They've been voting throughout September on the acceptance of Khorne and Bretonnian at tournament play. Oh, that was fortuitous for the Nurgle. Blitz onto the guy, the claw guy next to the ball, pushed him onto the ball, and it's scattered very favourably to a Pestigore. So yeah, things on the up. And there's a couple of.
Sorry, go on.
There's a great opportunity for a surf too.
There is a couple of pieces that
Oh, that's what I was going to say. God damn it! But yes, there is, isn't there?
Well, come on, we have to give it to Loki. So he's trying to prove to us that things have improved. So, although he has,
it's not hard to improve that.
Not after that first season, no. No, I was going to say actually, this week we had the final results from the vote on whether Khorne and Bretonnians should be accepted at tournament play, and it was a resounding vote in favour of those two cyanide races. The Bretts and the Khorne have stormed. I think they got 69% of the vote in favour of them being allowed at tournaments, and a couple of quite a couple of hundred votes also went to either accepting Bretonians on their own or accepting Corn on their own. There was very, very few no to either team votes placed. So the NAF now have a mandate. Presidente Mr. Mike Davis now has heard the will of the people. So it's very exciting to see. Hope to see at tournaments soon, getting ranking points, Corn and Bretonians. The opportunity for a surf is very much gone now, and very sensibly too. Well done.
Absolutely.
Well done, to the Dark Elf coach. So, what's the way?
Especially 2-0 down. 2-0 up. It's worth getting that wrist to get out there.
1, 2, 3. He could set up the first score here this next turn, and I think he really ought to. What's the play here then, Loki Star? You're looking at it. Talk us through what you do if you're the Nurgle team. Let's switch it around as well so we can do it from the Nurgle side. So what's the opening move next turn? I'm going to pause it. We can see what Babalog does. No pressure.
No pressure. You can see why I run out of time in matches, can't you?
There's only the nation watching right now. There we go. It's paused on the screen at the start of Nurgle turn 4, turn 12. Sorry.
I'd be very tempted to use my Mighty Blow. What do you call it? Warrior, and hit one of his witches actually.
Why would you use the Mighty Blow Warrior rather than your Block Claw Mighty Blow Beast Pestigal if you're going to do that play?
Mainly because I probably didn't look at him. Let's be honest.
I'll tell you what I'll do here. Okay, this is the way I'd play it. This turn I would be aiming to get this Pestigor here, number 7, Noun, who is the Pestigor that's furthest up the pitch, closest to the Dark Elf pitch. I want to try and get the ball to him this turn, okay, and I want to scamper him away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to this kind of square here, which means next turn you score on turn 13. That's where I'm trying to get to by the end of this turn. So my opening move is likely to be blocking with the block Mighty Blow Nurgle Warrior on that block guard lineman directly in front of this Pestigor here, okay, to clear the way out. Okay, my next move is to do something about this blitzer here, which is problematic, admittedly, because he's in the way. So I might leave him just for a second. This guy here, number 5, Lord Slimeball, blocks this blitzer here, the Agility 5 blitzer, just to move him out of the way. Then I think the temptation, I think it's time for this is the risky part of this turn, but you gotta go large in this situation. You're 2-0 down.
Use the beast, yeah.
Use the beast of Nurgle to hit this blitzer first. Hope for a pushback, or better. Then hit him again with the Lord Nasal Goo to clear out a path through to the handoff to the Pestigor, and then scamper him away. And then everything after that is gravy, really. You could use Phlegm the Rotter to kind of block off a little bit, etc, etc. So that's the way I'd go here. Let's find out what happens. No, he's gone completely differently from that.
Why not go the banana play and just run down the sideline and give it every chance?
Harder
Because he'll lose it.
Yeah, much harder to guard.
Wonder why lose, huh?
Much harder to stop them getting over. Although if you do spend the whole turn knocking pieces over, like is happening for Babalog here, then that works as well. Oh, there we go, Steve.
I mean, one of the things I'd be looking at is trying to get the numbers advantage moving into the last round. If you can knock a couple of more of his players out, you've got more chance of getting that extra play, especially if the Wizard.
Admittedly, numbers is nice, but at this stage, and that's not dreadful. That isn't dreadful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You do need 2 extra squares to score next turn now, though, which for me is an issue.
I think I'd have taken the ball northeast rather than north. would have been my plan. Positionally, you've got more of the elves trapped over on the west side already, which I think is broadly what you were talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the beauty of Blood Bowl. There is more than one way to skin a cat, and that's not bad.
No, absolutely. What's what makes it interesting. Good evening, Core Knight. If I didn't say hello earlier, it's nice to have you with us.
Is Core Knight playing in the FA Cup?
Of course he is. He's the reigning champion. Core Knight in the first round mercilessly crushed the T-boy Shifa 2-1.
Yeah, I just don't want to play him again in the FA Cup. It was embarrassing last time.
Oh, what happened? What was the score?
I think it was 2-0, but it was much worse than the scoreline gave.
League champion and the FA Cup champion, of course, are still in it. So, interestingly, I'm always interested to see if home field advantage is making very much difference in the Cup. I always find it interesting. There were more home wins than there were away wins in this last round, which was interesting.
Thing is, for the tier 3 and 4 guys, they're unlikely to have much in the way of inducements with a stadium.
True.
So it could just be psychological.
Aye.
It's a bit...
The luck of the draw.
Yeah.
We can pretend though. You've got to play along. Home field advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 home wins in the first round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 7 away wins. There you go. There's a ratio of 2 to 1. There you go. That's statistics for you. Categorical proof that home field advantage is important. Right, in this situation, if you're the Nurgle, because the Dark Elves were up against it that turn, you go for the score, don't you? If you want to try and get anything out of this, you go for the 2. Go for it. He's got 2.
I would.
I mean, mark off this Dark Elf first. Move your Nurgle Warrior around. Don't do that though. You've now put a tackle zone on your ball carrier. Okay, let's punch him again. Oh no, that was a 3 dice block.
Well, that's quite disadvantageous, because that now means that the Nurgle Warrior's got to block him. Whereas if he didn't, he'd go and screen the ball. Because if
fall over, yeah,
the Dark Elves are going to have the ball back. So that was a bit of a gamble on the block there, and he unfortunately got the push.
Bob, what have you done with the real Bob? You do need to try vampires properly one day. I'm going to ask the question. Oh, he's done the first go for it. And he scored. Right, game on, 2-1. Congratulations, Babylon.
I have a theory I wanted to throw out and see what you think. I'm as a player, I am much more of a bash coach than an edge coach. If I play edge teams, I do really badly when I'm playing them. When I do bash, I do a lot better. It's one of the reasons I'm trying a hybrid side to try and get a little bit better.
The most bashy of the hybrid sides, yeah?
Still the most bashy of the hybrid sides. But what I found is that they were harder for me to play well in the beginning, and as they're getting skilled up, because I still play them as a bash side, it starts to become easier because it's more reliable. You know, I'm less likely to get knocked down. So now, you know, in the last match, I only had 1 reroll in each half because of the chef.
Yeah.
And I played much more conservatively than previously. I didn't roll any 1 dice at all, and I rolled 2s and 3s the whole time. So I used 1 reroll for the whole match.
Yeah.
And it felt a lot different.
I think you can do that with a Necro team. I think of the hybrid sides, the Necro team is a little bit more bashy. The Flesh Golems are great control players. They're heavily on the zombies. You've got the whites who can support that whole bash ethos, and you can develop some killer whites if you want. But then you have the speed of those 4 key players. The Necro team are 2 key players really, but the Ghouls and the Werewolves give you that out that you don't get with totally bash sides. You don't have any fast players like that on a Chaos side. You don't have any fast players like that on an Orc side. So that's what pushes Necro that way. But even those movement 8 Werewolves do have that claw that can be brought. With the first double, you get Mighty Blow on that Werewolf, and all of a sudden you've got another Supreme Killer piece. So I think you've identified, you've done what's good about, I think, Blood Bowl. Those early games, first getting to play it, you're looking for the team that suits you best and you're most comfortable with, and when you find it, it suddenly clicks, and it almost sounds as though this is what's happened for you now.
Yeah, I mean, I play in an open comp. I've been playing an Underworld side, and I'm terrible. I've won 1 out of 10 games. It's just, admittedly, last game I was 500 behind on TV against the Dwarves. It didn't help, but I just don't play them well because I end up getting into bash with them, and they just can't do it. So,
if you do get drawn into bash, it's not a bad team to go with, Necro, either, because it does allow you to get involved in the bash, and you've got 4 really quite good fast players that can score quickly. I'm just going to say a few good evenings to people. Good evening, Tector, if I didn't say that to you earlier. Good evening, Glasshammer. Good evening, Frankfurter. In answer to your question, Frankfurter, no, the draw has not yet happened. The draw is scheduled to be happening at the conclusion of this first game. We're just catching the end of the Barren Hills match between the Rosalia Mistwalkers and the Mucus Munchin something or other's Babylog's Nurgle team. I can't remember their exact team name at the moment. It'll come up in a minute and we can look like I knew it all the time. So the situation here is it's 2-1. The Nurgle team were 2-0 down. They've just got a score back, and they have the Wizard in hand, interestingly enough. And they don't have the passing option here because these 5 players on the line of scrimmage here are all in multiple disturbing presence zones.
So I've got a question to you guys. Do you consider using the Wizard as an offensive tool to try and remove players?
No. In short, that's not the way I use it. Zunk?
It depends. Your best value out of a Wizard, it's a bit like a holiday, that half the fun is planning it, and with a Wizard, half the benefit or more is the fact that you've got it in the back pocket. Your opponent has to be wary of that. Having said that, if you've got a team of relatively modest armor value and they all bunch up, you might consider an attrition fireball. But no, I would mostly keep it as a lightning bolt to rob the opponent of a score or gift you one.
I mean, if you look at it here, he's already got 4 people ready set up for a fireball down the front corner.
What you want to do here, though, is where's this guy going to go with the ball? I know he's agility 5 and all that. He's movement 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? If you lightning bolt him next turn, it's going to cost him 3 points to stand up. Then he can move 2 squares. He's not going to have a passing play. He will not have a play next turn because he will be out of range of these guys downfield. I think this is, unless he moves someone back soon, I think that Witch Elf has got to go south. Otherwise,
that would have been an ideal fireball. That if the players are isolated from the ball carrier, and you then lightning bolt the ball carrier, hopefully stunning or better, and then you pile forwards, job done.
I think the Dark Elves are in a bit of a pickle here. Yep, there goes that Witch Elf.
He's gone forward.
Yep. Now I nail this runner. I surround this blitzer. I lightning. In fact, I start the turn with the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Now I still see 5 players in a fireball range. I know. I see your point. I'd probably go your way as well, but I'd see that and my eyes light up.
But thing is, you don't get star player points for fireballing a bunch of elves.
There we go. Look, Babylog's seen it. He's off. He's going to end the turn with his lightning bolt.
Yeah, good shout. Why did he not start the turn with his lightning bolt?
What's the benefit, really?
6 and 2 threes, I suppose.
Yeah.
I guess because you'd know whether the bull carrier was stunned, KO'd, dead, whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Down he goes. That's the runner down. He's doing practice.
I do like what he's done in terms of trying. It didn't work. Well, it worked, but it didn't work. In trying to get both guys in the midfield onto his beast.
Yes, that was elegant.
Because this all comes down to whether he rolls a 1 or not on this fireball. This is what this is coming down to here.
I mean, there's some discussion in the chat about the timing of the firebolt, lightning bolt. Corn Knight's pointing out that it might turn over, and then you haven't used it; and it's still there. But the other side to that argument is, what if it fizzles, and you do all this and don't knock him over?
No, that's the issue here. If it does fizzle, here comes the lightning bolt. It didn't fizzle, and it stunned him, and it knocked him out.
Now that's magic.
What I like about
That will be hard to recover from.
What I like about that is we called the play. It makes us look like geniuses. Well done, co-commentators. And Loki Star wanted to use the fireball. That's all I'll remember there.
We would have had 5 dead elves down the front. It would have been easy.
Yeah, you'd roll 4. I don't know where you learnt probability, but best will in the world. On a good day, you get 3 of them down, and then you still got to break armour.
Whose elf team did I play last year? Dark Elves, and I knocked 4 out of 5 of the elves down, and rolled dead on the 2 witch elves. 1 regenerated back. It was that star one too.
Yeah, we can all point to episodes of games where everything's gone perfectly with the dice.
Just proving my stats, you know.
Well, you can.
Proving my statistics, you know.
He's in a world of problems now. This, from what looked like not the game to tune into at 2-0 down, Dark Elves versus Nurgle. This is great. I like it.
He's also got to get get a number of his players back to protect the ball, because he doesn't want to give more than a 1 turn to the elves from here.
In the FA Cup final, 2 wizards knocked over all 8 players under the fireballs and all broke armour. Is that true, Cornite? Is that actually true? Because I will ask both of the FA Cup finalists what on earth you've done to end up with 8 players under a fireball.
Oh, I think it's 2 times 4, or 3 and a 5, but not 8.
Honestly.
I can see how you would get 8 and visualise Darvo throwing a particularly vicious gang foul against something you didn't like.
True.
That could involve an 8-man fireball, couldn't it? I've just heard back from my opponent. Unfortunately, he's had to go into work and can't play tomorrow, so he forfeits. So I'm all yours, Gav.
Oh. Congratulations on another win.
I know. Well, at this rate,
2-1-0.
Here I come.
I know, Premiership, you're on your way. And a failed pickup to finish the turn. Okay.
My Sleebo's choice of strip, by the way. This Newcastle United homage thing is fantastic. I thoroughly approve. All my teams playing that now.
In what?
Black and white stripes, man.
Who's got the black and white stripes? This Dark Elf team, is it? Oh yes, I can see it now. I can see it.
It's mint.
It's mint. Right. Do you blitz with the Pestigore? He's a blodging piece, that's annoying.
Against blodgers, you got to go for the 3 dice if you can.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get the 3 dice.
We're likely to hear from Norway's wooden spoon holder, the boy himself, at some stage. He's due back any moment.
Oh, okay. The wooden spoon holder. You mean the bronze medalist?
Well, when your standards are as high as his, it's basically the same thing, isn't it?
Will he want to talk about it? That's the key. The irony is, he went into the final match leading the tournament and actually got undone by a dodging, unskilled mummy who blitzed the ball carrier, who was a blodging ball carrier off the ball. So he's been whinging in WhatsApp. So didn't get the knockdown. But he's got a push. It should be enough for now. Now you can bring this Pestigor the other side of that Dark Elf now to make it all sorts of trouble. Or do you put this Pestigor also onto the ball? I think I'd put this Pestigor...
I'd go on the ball.
Yeah, I'd go next to the ball as well. I think that's what I'd do. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he's just going to ignore the ball and foul him instead. Foul with the Pestigor. That's the play. Knocked him out though, he's getting the numbers. 1, 2.
Well, that's not very nice. I don't like fouling.
You don't like fouling? You never foul zone?
No,
Good evening, Bushranger. Nice to have you with us.
G'day, Bushranger. You alright, mate?
The advantage in doing that move, I guess, is just trying to keep the sort of elves at both ends of the spectrum. Most of them down the end, but they'll all escape anyway.
Well, will they? Because they've got to get away from the testicles piece.
Yeah, don't forget he's got diving testicles, which is a nightmare for a witch elf. She doesn't know which way to look.
No. It's problematic.
I wish I'd said that, Gav.
What?
Diving testicles. That's where you reply, you will, Zunk, you will.
You already did.
I know.
Well, you've got to try and dodge away here. Look, son, doesn't matter if you've got dodge and agility 5, you still got to get away from your testicles. Come on. G'day, Bushranger. Come on. He's thinking about it. Well, I mean, what is there to think about? Oh, I suppose he's thinking, do I dodge away from the Beast of Noble first? Or do I? Maybe he's looking at blitzing one of those Pestigors onto the ball. That's not a bad play. Dodge out, dodge back, get a 1 dice, push onto the ball. Mind you, where are you going to go after that? I suppose you can't throw it then. That's kind of what you want to do, isn't it?
It's looking good for Babylon.
It's looking pretty grim if you're a Dark Elf right now. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh no, that failed. Failed the pickup. Oh, now that's not dreadful. That is not dreadful. Because now it really puts the pressure on the pickup. He's got him down though. It's an armour break.
As long as he blitzes away from the ball and just needs a push, that'll be fine. Though I think Babylog's, has he got any rerolls left or is he out?
No, he's got 2 left. He's got the ball and runs it in. 2-2. Well. Who would have predicted the Nurgle coming back to 2-2 when they were 2-0 down on turn 13? Well played, Babylog.
Yep, I thought he was in trouble. Proved me wrong there, so well done, mate.
1 turn left for the Dark Elf.
Any 1 turn chance? Any 1 turn a chance?
He does have a movement 8 piece somewhere.
Oh, Gav, I've just noticed the scrolling message across the bottom. I think it's from last week, is it?
I shall update that shortly. Yes, it is.
Did you do that in OBS? It's very impressive.
Yes, it's an OBS. Yeah.
Bushranger must have got up pretty early for this one.
It's late morning in Oz at the minute, is it? Early morning?
Yeah, it's early morning.
6 a.m. Depends which side he's on.
Zunk.
Sorry, Gav Sega, my Discord freaked out when you...
No, it's fine. I wasn't really saying very much. GCBC, welcome Zunk. With guest Loki Star. Andy will join us in a bit as he has forgotten about his... Oh no, it wasn't his OCC match. As Andy will join us in a bit as losing in tournaments is his thing at the moment. Yeah, that'll do. Losing in tourneys is his thing.
I mean, you're joking about it. We were having a laugh earlier before the stream about, well, he's finished second, third, second sort of thing. But that is exactly how he will see it, as complete failure and a waste of time that he hasn't come back with the trophy. That is exactly how he's going to perceive this.
Yeah, how many 30... I mean, you've been to his house, Zunk, I'm sure. I've been to his house. He likes to display his trophies in pride of place. And it's been a while since he's been able to add to them. So that hurts him a little bit inside.
I think it hurt him even more. I really schooled him in our last match for the that rep game.
Which game was this?
We had the match to what do you call it? To represent the UKBBL in an LA tournament.
You schooled him? Tell us more. Tell us more.
I think he almost cleared the pitch with me and had 2 or 3-0 on me. But I almost got him.
You schooled him in the art of letting your face roll against his fist. I see. Nice. So you lost. It's not a bad thing.
Just missed one roll, which left me open.
Were you talking to him on Discord at the time, or were you not?
Zunk and him was streaming the match, so I typed a few things. That's about all.
I recall.
Oh, we've got a riot! It's all going ping-pong!
Now, we didn't predict that, did we?
Oh, and a touchback!
Oh, dear.
Ooh!
Now it's back on!
Sabo's lads suddenly perk up. You know what Darvo's called his UKBBL representing team, didn't you? Have you seen it?
No, tell us.
They're called UKBBL Flagship.
Oh dear, he's a twat, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a twat. Well. Here we go. Oh, I like that. That's an interesting play. Oh, he's injured the rotter as well, to boot.
Oh, poor Glop. Will he be alright?
Oh, Andy's got a fractured skull and broken ribs. Oh, Glop. Off you go, son. Go back somewhere else. Go somewhere. Oh. It's always sad when that happens to a disease human. Well, they're not really ex-humans, are they? Rotters are actually humans, just with a disease. So.
Yeah, they would have been like Loki Star. They've not been very well.
That's right. Yeah. How did I not think of that? That's the lead running. We've got to choose a Nurgle team because he's diseased as it is. Did I not see that?
I missed it too. Crazy UK guy, hello mate, how are you?
Yeah, it's James Overlord, that is. James Overlord, FA Cup round. Tell you what, if you guess his result, because this is James, you know how reliable James is with his Blood Bowl results. Did he win or lose?
I think he won.
No! This is James Overlord, Zunk, come on! He's made a career in losing.
Trying to be supportive.
He was playing against Tier 2's San Jose Chihuahuas, coached by Landian. Lost that match 2-1 in the FA Cup first round.
Well, that's respectable.
Yes, Tector, I do agree. I did see your message there about why would you give the ball to a player standing next to a Beast of Nurgle? It's a good question. I did think it myself. Landian is a good player. Landian's an okay player, not going to lie. Cornite, I respect you on that. But, Yeah, he's not a bad player. He's very good with lizards. Done rubbish ever since in the league. Oh, what? You knocked out the cup and it's all gone pants. And you were saying you were having such a good season a couple of weeks ago. Oh, I feel a bit sad now.
That's a shame.
Oh, here we go. Inviting the surf. It's a blitzer with leap and AG5. That's nice. That's a nice piece, isn't it, Zunk?
It's lovely, that is.
Blodge, Edge 5. That's a beautiful piece, isn't it? That's a thing of. That's horrific if you're orcs.
An Edge 5 with dodge and some pace. It's your ball retriever, isn't it? It's the post lightning bolt clear up to crew. That is.
Yeah. Well, that was an incredibly ballsy dodge, because if he'd failed the dodge there, that was Surf Central happening. Because let's not forget, Babylog does have rerolls to burn here. But this has made this match a little bit interesting. Plus, this is delaying the FA Cup draw a little bit further. By the way, Loki Star, you should have numbers 1 to 32 written down.
Yeah, of course.
Did you help us with the draw in the first round, by the way? Was that you as well? I think it was definitely Zunk.
I helped with one of them, yeah.
Can't remember.
That's me, I'm just helpful.
Well, maybe you pitched in that first round match and you kept losing track of which numbers hadn't been called, as I remember the way it went.
No, completely wrong.
No, I'm pretty certain it was you.
There's no evidence to prove that.
He can put a beat on the ball here again. Yeah, with one go for it, I think that's the play. No, he can't, because there's a dark elf here. Tector, there is a dark elf here, making it very. I suppose you could blitz someone out of the way, but you're asking for some incredible dice there. But yeah, admittedly, block this guy with him, blitz the beast through, and then put the beast and Nurgle on this dark elf here. Potentially. I don't know why you wouldn't just base up this turn, if I'm honest. Does need to go for it to get in the end zone, that blitzer does. Oh no, I wouldn't have re-rolled that.
That's not ideal.
There's your pal.
The weak spot is the lone goat just inside the tram line, I would say.
This one here.
I'm a little behind you on
the claw. Yeah, the one that I'm pinging on. You'll see it in a minute.
Ah, no, I was thinking of the one 3 squares north, 1 square west, that move him out the way and keep running. That the runner hands off to one of the witches, who then
difficult to hand off with this amount of disturbing presence, though. To those
of course, disturbing fragrance. So yes, you're right. Good point. So in that case, actually,
you don't want to hand off here.
It's not isn't too shabby, is it?
Well, now he's knocked him down. It's now getting your witch elves to move this chaos warrior out, this noble warrior out the way. I know it's 1 dice, but he doesn't have block. This guy with the ball has leap as well. Leap is an option. There's a couple of things he can do here. The leap makes it difficult to defend against, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think you'd go the leap, wouldn't you?
You would. I think that's his path of least resistance. He leaps on a 2+, that lad, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, with agility 5, leap or dodge is effectively the same thing, but the leap saves his dodge
For the dodge away at the end.
For the dodge away at the end.
Yeah. I mean, he could try and... I suppose he could dodge through once, and then if he loses the dodge, then he could opt for the leap.
I'm just thinking it actually doesn't truly matter, because if he fails the leap, he'll have to...
he can then use the dodge, can't he? Oh, he's got no rerolls anyway.
Yeah.
So dodge is the way to go then.
Maybe, yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, because it's 2-2-2, and if you lose...
You're right.
If you lose the dodge skill on the first one, you just
Then you
leap
leap.
out, you reduce the number of dice you've got to roll. But if you don't use the dodge skill on the first one, you dodge again, because you've got the dodge, the rerolls built in then. Yeah, I think using the dodge here.
Definitely
there we go.
work.
Thanks, Tector. Tector, look, we might be slower than you. We haven't got your Premiership class. Thanks, Tector. But we got there in the end, okay? Before you typed it, so...
Within the 4 minutes, we'd have figured it out, wouldn't we? So what we do here is click on the end zone, close our eyes, and hope for the best.
Yeah, trust Cyanide to pick the best route.
Don't do that, Jesus Christ. And he dodged. There we go. He just clicked end zone and off he went. Oh, and you got a feel for Babalog there. But it does mean that Zunk was right. At that point of the game, the Dark Elves had it in the bag.
It was the riot undone in there, didn't it? Really, that and the
Robbed.
touchback.
Absolutely robbed.
Well played, Sebo. But sympathies for Babalog.
Massive.
He
Yeah.
just had a draw snatched away at the last.
Yeah. But did he succumb to that himself with the setup that he gave? Throwing that out there.
That's a bit of hindsight, isn't it?
If he had used the Wizard Fireball and removed those 5 players, like I said, it wouldn't have happened.
Here we go. Right. Oh, look. Euro Lizard Harry is losing to I Go Down Easy. Both those teams, I Go Down Easy, are still in the FA Cup. It's 20 Phoenix's Wood Elf team. They mercilessly knocked out Calistein's Vampires conference team against Premiership team, that was, by the way. That still wasn't even a 6-0. But yeah, that conference team against the Wood Elf team. So it's Conference Vamps versus Wood Elves from the Premiership. The score was only 4-0. So you've got to be pleased with that if you're the conference side. But we're gonna flick onto the Yorkshire Roses. We're gonna have that playing on in the background. We're not going to be paying that much attention to it. It's a conference match from the UKBBL conference divisions. In honour of the fact that Pugilist did make it into the second round after knocking out Mystic John's mighty Kiss
Absolutely, Godmug, absolutely.
But we do have on the show for the first time an Underworld team, which is lovely. It doesn't look like his team is that badly decimated, but I suppose there are some loners on display. One loner. Just the one loner, it's not bad.
It's alright. In fact, the elves have got more loners.
I was looking at the elves are the Pugilist team, so.
Right, two loners for the elves, I see.
Right, let's do an FA Cup draw, shall we? Sounds like fun, doesn't it? So, as usual, the guest, rather than the member of staff, will be calling the home teams. So that'll be you, Loki Star, and the away teams will be called by GCB's own and Darvo Vision's own Zunk. So
hello.
Right, so starting with Loki Star, first name out of the hat.
Give me some Snake Eyes 11.
Number 11. From Altturn Forest East, it's a Tier 4 team with a home field advantage. Fant Fox's Nagarite Shadows.
He definitely deserves it.
So that's Tier 4. So who gets the privilege? He's earned a tie against Zunk. Number?
Thin bloke and a fat bloke having an argument in the chip shop queue. Number 18.
Fant Fox from Tier 4 has earned himself a tie against the reigning UKBBL champion, who mercilessly destroyed someone 6-0 in the last round. Skulled. You've got a Tier 4 match.
You're welcome.
We know Fant Fox well from Darvo Vision, so we wish both him and Robbo the best of luck.
It is a Dark Elf mirror match. That's the only thing going in Fant Fox's favour. Fant Fox, congratulations! Fant Fox is watching.
Hello,
Get
buddy.
to play the champion. Bring it on, love it. Right, next home team, please, Loki Star.
17.
Also from the Premiership East, 20 Phoenixes. Wood Elves, I go down easily. 20 Phoenix. Premiership East, and they will be playing.
Lena Zavaroni struggling to carry a space hopper, number 9.
And there's a score for Pugilist. Sean Bean has just scored. Number 9, a Premiership West. Oh, it's an all Premiership affair, and it's more than that. It's an all Wood Elf affair. It's Sarah Mole's Maryland Marvels.
What was the first number, sorry, Gav, before the 9?
17.
17, yeah. 17's
Sure.
gone. So 17 and 9 have gone. Yeah. Oh, big. Congratulations on the win there, Sabo, you lucky boy. Right.
Sabo.
Still on the 80s anorexics for the bingo calls. Yes, burgers. That's where Zunker's decided to go. So, right, let's have the home teams.
31.
Number 31 from the Premiership. Had a bye in the first round. This is Elphic's Midnight Howlers. It's a Necro team.
Is that 13, did you say?
No, 31.
31. Oh, got that backwards.
Prem West. And the away team's Zunk.
A little duck about to get hit by a scythe, number 27.
That's a Premiership East side. Lots of Premiership matches. That is 27 is Glass Hammers, Free Range Vegan Hippies. Glass Hammer. That's a Wood Elf. Glass Hammers Wood Elves are away at Elphic's Necro. All Premiership affair. Nice. Get some of this top quality teams out the cup.
Exactly.
Right, another home team, please.
Number 3.
There is a lot of Premiership coaches in the FA Cup, admittedly. Number 3 is a Tier 4 team. It's a Nurgle team from Frankfurter. Fecal Fetish. I can't remember the last word of that. But yeah, Frankfurter's Nurgle team. Home tie. They managed to knock out in the first round Max Damage. They beat them 2-1. So Frankfurter in the second round, rewarded with a home tie. And he'll be playing against...
David Bowie deciding whether or not to have a kebab, number 1.
A Tier 2 team, Altdorf West's Noxious Gases, coached by Infinite Pink. So that's Tier 4 versus Tier 2, Infinite Pink. Skaven team, that is, Infinite Pink. Has Davo got knocked out in the first round again? No, Davo actually failed to beat a dwarf team coached by Stu DDJ. Now, that's even funnier because Stu DDJ that week actually failed to beat the AI in his division because Stu DDJ is in Colsa Hills East, and to much mirth, the first time we've put in a test AI team in the division.
In a little bit of defence of Stu DDJ, you've got to understand that is a damn cheating AI team.
Now, the hilarity of it is that despite the fact that that team is quoted as being like 1170 points, when you look at the skills and you tot it up, it's more like a 1600 human team. So it was a little bit dodgy, but it meant that the human team, the AI team, also got inducements against Stu as well. So not only did it have more TV, it also got the inducements. Rest assured, the rest of Colsa Hills East, we are expecting a patch soon, which I believe is going to fix that. Reading through the forums, so
it's okay if it lasts a few more weeks.
We've got Stu a t-shirt, I lost to the AI.
We should do, shouldn't we?
Make him wear it.
I mean, I did try to recreate it, so I played against a 3,900 AI team, and I still could only win 7-0. So, Anyway, let's have a home team, shall we? We've digressed somewhat there.
32.
32. It had a bye in the first round. This is Middenheim East's Paul Berazers, coached by Jorbat. Not having the greatest of seasons in Middenheim East. Definitely in the relegation dogfight at the moment. Did pick up a point yesterday against the Oedipus Complex, though. And the away team, please.
An anxious little duck running away from a boulder. Number 20.
That's a Nurgle team. That's former champion Itchy-Masak's Rancidian Knights. Rancidian Knights, coached by Itchy-Masak from GWE.
What division?
Yeah, Itchin actually managed to win in the last round against Al Bundy. He won 2-1 away from home as well. So another away tie at a Tier 2 Orc team for Itchin. Right, they've already sorted out their fixture, which is good. Right, next, let's have the next one, please.
Is it a Little Duck number 2?
That's right. Number 2 from Howling Hills West, Southern Slayer, and his Lizardman team, a Reptile Dysfunction. A Reptile's Dysfunction, coached by Southern Slayer. Rewarded with a home team after he knocked out, in a bit of a thriller, he knocked out a Tier 2 team. He knocked out Gunlogue's Foulmaster 3000. He beat them 3-2. So yeah, congratulations to Southern Slayer.
Horrible team, that one. Glad to see it go.
And give me an away team, please, Dunk.
Jarvis Cocker stalking a duck. 21.
That is Altdorf East's San Jose Chihuahua, as we've already talked about them tonight. Knocked out James Overlord in the first round, so that's Landian. Lizards. So that's a reptile. That's a lizard mirror match, that one. Lizard mirror match. Tier 3 versus Tier 2. Okay, and another home team, please.
Number 10.
Number 10. This is a game that's going to remain unplayed. It's actually Thyrus or Sabo. That's probably going to go to the coin toss. Whether they can get that game played before Wednesday, I suspect not. But there you go. They've had 2 weeks. Give them another half a week. They still couldn't manage to get it done. But there you go. So Thyrus or Sabo, depending on the coin flip. And they'll be playing against...
Number 14.
Cup holder. Cornite. It's the cup holders.
Glad to see him go too.
Robin Wood and the Merry Elves. They managed to knock out the T-Boy Shifa in the first round, 2-1, with an away win. And another home team, please.
Number 25.
Okay, another conference team managed to have a bye in the first round. That's Ramaset. Ramaset is playing... I can't remember what Ramaset is playing. It's not what you expect. It does sound like a Khemri.
Khemri, yeah.
It's not,
yeah.
It does sound like he should be coaching Khemri. I can't remember what he is. But yeah, Ramaset. I watched their match yesterday as well, bizarrely. I can't remember what it was. Goblins! They're Goblins! I'm sure he's playing Goblins. It's a Goblin team. Thank you, Gruff. I remembered before you typed it, though. Yeah, it's definitely Goblins. I'll even... Conference North. And is it the Sneaky Snackers? Yes, he's currently top of Conference North. He had a 2-0 victory against Vampires in his first game in the conference. So that's a Goblin team. Right, so please pick my number. Please pick my number. Please pick my number. Zunk.
A delighted swan with a balloon. 29.
Oh, that's not my number. That's Lorelorn Forest West's Mailer. So that's not too bad for the conference side, playing against Tier 4. Mailer's playing the Eringrad Claws, which is a Kislev team. So that's Goblins versus Kislev. That might be worth tuning in to watch, that one. That sounds
I'd like
fun.
to see that one.
Well, that sounds like fun, doesn't it? You've got to fancy the Goblins in that, with the state of a rookie Slan team. I think I fancy the Goblins. I'm just going to take a slurp of coffee.
Coffee at this time? You'll not sleep, Gav.
Oh, it's still early. It's only 20 to 10. I think we're going to see a thrown goblin in a minute. That's the play for me here. Throw that goblin. It's the only way to score for Coach Wednesday.
I'd like to see it too.
And we're just going to concentrate on this for a minute before we draw the rest. We're halfway through the draw at the moment. Come on, throw that goblin.
You've got to move the other players first, don't you?
No, you don't need to. I mean, if you're going to score, what else are you going to do here? You've got one reroll left. You need to save that reroll for your thrown teammate.
Who's first?
Yeah, I was just saying, thinking about it in defence in case he decides not to pick him up and throw him.
Oh, he's got no turns left, Pugilist, so this is the last turn of the half. So it's low risk.
Throw it then.
Throw.
Question here is, you've got the option of actually only throwing the quick pass. Oh, he's fumbled it. He went for the short pass. He's fumbled it. Never mind. Never mind. Oh well. So he rolled the 2 to start with, I think, on the throw. He did roll. He rolled the 2 to start with. If he'd gone for the quick pass, that would have worked. Could have thrown the quick pass and that would have worked. Know how to throw your teammates, guys. It's really important you know the rules. So there's an art to it. Strong arms for the win. Right, let's carry on. That means it's 1-0 to Pugilist at the half.
Number 5.
Number 5. Okay, so that game's being played at the moment.
Is alive.
Now that's Anton Lunau. I don't know who's won that one. Anton Lunau versus Asmodon. They were playing this evening. I've not checked the result. If someone would like to check the result on the site, you could go and get that right now. And they'll be playing against
a radio-controlled grapefruit, number 6.
They're playing against the mighty Orc team from Middenheim East, Fine Orc, coached by G. Coleman, 76.
They couldn't even beat my Necros last year when I was really beatable.
Didn't lose though, did we?
Only because of that sneaky little gobbo.
You're not going to quiz me about that radio-controlled grapefruit? Pretty obscure, that one.
No,
I just assumed it was the circle. The bottom part of the 6 was the grapefruit, and then the aerial coming out of the top of the 6 was the aerial.
Oh, okay. I'll have to make it more obscure. Yeah, that was what I was going for. Yeah, fine.
Not that obscure. That was quite good.
Night, quite a radio-controlled grapefruit, wasn't it? If you're sitting on the sofa watching a bit of telly, you think, "Oh, I just fancy grapefruit."
So how about a duck chasing a radio-controlled grapefruit then?
26 then.
That'll be the one.
So that's Agnash. He had a bye in the first round, but that's them Crooked Vultures. So that's Premiership East affair. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 Underworld playing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What? 5, 8, 9, 10, 11 aside. No injuries. This is far too civilised to be Blood Bowl. Right, give me the away team then to play Agnash then, please.
Mrs. Duck shunning Mr. Duck after a short argument, 22.
Shunning?
Yeah, she's turned her back on him.
In another all-premiership affair, Agnash has been rewarded against Tector. Tector, who knocked out Echoar 2-0 in the first round, so that's the Muffing Echoes. That's Lizards against Orcs away at Orc Village. Another home team, please. Loki Star.
16.
16, so that's a stick with a grapefruit with an antenna. So that is Pugilist, who we're watching right now, live on the stream. So Pugilist's High Elves, and they've been rewarded with a home field advantage, although they don't have an upgrade to their stadium yet. Tector, who is not in the Premiership anymore. I'm sorry, Tector. Sorry to rub that in. I forgot you got relegated last season. You're in Altdorf West. I did know that. Pugilist is going to be playing Zunk. Which number?
Kirsty Alley, number 8.
Wow. Howling Hills West. He's playing against. It's a High Elf mirror match. That is Bane 182. His Avalon Arrows will be playing against Pugilist in a High Elf mirror. Just gonna have another slurp of coffee. We'll be back next season. No worries. Why are we slurping? Oh, because I was slurping. Okay, I'm with you. Another home team, please.
Number 30.
That's yourself. Loki Star.
Good, I like to get the home field advantage. I think I deserved it after my win in the first round.
That's right, after you narrowly thrashed the bye team 1-0. Okay, Loki Star. And Loki Star will be playing Zunk.
Karen Carpenter in a fit of pique during a tennis match at 19.
What do you fancy playing?
Yeah, that one I can't work out. What do I fancy playing? A bye?
No, there's no more buys, I'm afraid. Just the first round. You're playing a tier 2 team. What team do you struggle against the most?
Struggle against the most is probably Orcs.
Oh really? Okay, well you'll enjoy this then. You're playing against High Elves.
I like to play Elves.
The Weight Tricks you're playing against. The
Oh,
highest of elves.
Fantastic. That's the easiest matchup you can get.
There you go. Shots fired. Right.
What number was he?
The Weight Tricks was number 19.
Very good.
Give me another home team, please, Loki Star.
Let's go 24.
Okay, Howling Hills West. It's a Chorf team, coached by Renis, or Renis, depending on how you want to say it. Flames of Hashut. Hashut, of course, being the god, the Chaos Dwarf god, the Bull god.
Of sneezing.
That's right. And an away team, please, Zunk.
Action shot of the famous Arabian duck-eating snake, 23.
The duck-eating snake. Minheim East, that's the Oedipus complex. That's Vincenze. So that's a Chorf Kemri matchup. Nice. Vincenze won his first round 2-0 against CULs. Vincenze. I love the fact that they're actually arranging their match. 1 duck-eating snake or 100 snake-eating ducks. Nice. Right, another home team, please. 6 to go.
28.
Number 28, JC McGraw's spatial awareness. Couldn't remember the team called then. Spatial awareness, JC McGraw. JC McGraw is plying his trade in Altdorf East at the moment. So he's a tier 2 Kemri team, so not to be overlooked. Great positional coach. And away against?
Captain Cook admiring the view from the bridge of the Endeavour, number 4.
Okay, that's another Chorf team, coached by Farron. That's the Dublin Devils from Haunted Hills East. So that's an interesting matchup. That's Kemri Chorfs. Farron, how do you feel about a bit of Kemri action? If you're still watching, you can answer shortly. Okay, so that's Farron out of the hat. Okay, and another home team, please.
Number 15.
Number 15 is Toby 1 versus Keith Carr. That's being played tomorrow. So that's Awkward Oranges or Victorian Expletives. That's Orcs or Skaven, and they'll be playing against
a Jedi Duck who's dropped his lightsaber, number 12.
Oh, that is the Andy Davo Stu DDJ, which is going to a dice roll. Unless
it was a draw that game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 1-1.
Dice roll. Yeah, I'll not hear the end of this for weeks now.
Okay, and another home team.
13.
That's Altdorf East's FC Nurgleberg, coached by young Nathan.
I love the graphics on those goblins.
And there should be one number left on your list, Zunk.
Oh, Lonely 7.
Lonely number 7. Young Nathan from Tier 2 is playing against the Nocturnal Supremacy Ben's Undead team.
Oh, Glasshammer, that's not a popular point of view in certain parts, mate. But I respect your opinion. Dwarves were robbed.
What's the matter, Farron? Did you not fancy a match against JC McGraw? It's not a great matchup, is it, for Chorfs, Kemry? That's pretty horrific.
What TV kind of level were the Kemry?
JC McGraw is Tier 2, so it's going to be pretty high. Let's have a look on the leaderboards.
If the Guardians don't have mass block, the Chorfs can bring them down. Troll Slayers with an assist.
He's won both his games this season. He's got Tomb Guardian with block guard, a movement 5 Tomb Guardian with guard, another Tomb Guardian with guard, a killer Blitz Ra, a guard tackle Blitz Ra, throw roll block, and not a lot else.
I think that you could do stuff with dwarves against that. Depends if the dwarves have got any piling on and stuff that they're going to need, but then maybe a dirty dwarf, you know.
TV 1000, TV 1400 for that team.
They might.
Farron's in Haunted Hills East. 1-1, drawn 1. JC McGraw has won 2 games this season. What would you like to... so Farron's team, mixed match. He's giving 400 TV away to the Kemry though. So Kemry will get 400 at TV to spend. There's lots of nice Kemry star fighters out there as well. The Bull Centaurs, a blodging sure-handed piece, block and break tackle piece. A Juggernaut Minotaur. Does have the legendary plus strength claw blocker. And
you're going to see Necker ready break there, aren't you?
Neckbreaker, yeah. An Edge 4 block Hobgoblin as well. Yeah, it's a nice team you got there, Farron. No excuses really to not get promoted this season. It's quite nice.
AFK 1 minute, mate. Just going to feed the cat.
No problem. Yes, you're playing. Yeah, he's 1400 TV. You're 1800. So you'll be given 400 away. Yeah, JC McGraw is great with Kemry. He's positioning great. Right, let's focus on the match in hand. The Underworld are in possession of the ball. Does look like the High Elves are making a little bit of a play though. Had much experience playing Underworld so far, Logie Star? Had a chance?
I play them in an open league, so I've played about 10-11 games with them so far. Yeah, I struggle.
Alright, so you break... Okay, I'm just looking at Farron. The break tackle ball level today, as does the Mighty Blow Chore. That's nice, Farron. Admittedly, that is nice. Does mean extra TV for JC McGraw to spend. I suppose that's one way to deal with that elf. Just punch him in the face. I like that.
Always good.
Or punching elves in the face.
Absolutely. I heard the Waitress has got a few that are ready and waiting.
Look at there's the Underworld goblins look so much fun.
They are fun, especially with the 2 heads. You've got to get 2 heads on those Underworld goblins. They're just fantastic.
I do wish these Underworld Skaven weren't wearing those silly masks. I don't like those. Otherwise they look great.
It'd be nice to see a little bit of differential between them rather than just one of each of the characters in the Underworld team. There's one Goblin, there's one Skaven Blitzer, there's one Troll.
He hasn't blitzed yet. Who's the blitz target? Any lineman, I suppose. It's a loner piece. Might as well punch him in the face. And this is the guy that's going to have to blitz here. This Storm Vermin at the back here. But if you don't knock him down, if you roll double skulls, you're in a bit of. See, that's bad news. Because now that opens up a pathway to your catcher. That's your thrower. That's okay. He's corrected the error. It means you'd already blitzed, hadn't you? I forgot you'd already blitzed. Oh, we tried to blitz with the troll.
And the troll went stupid.
Okay, so that's not that bad now, because now he's lost his blitz. But the troll wasn't the piece to blitz with, though, in my opinion.
Just message Darvo to see if we can expect the pleasure of.
Is he ignoring you?
Well, he's in transit back from Norway, isn't he?
The Underworld Goblins look like they took costuming advice from Mad Max. Right, so let's quickly go through these FA Cup fixtures whilst we're enjoying the stream. The High Elves 1-0 up against these plucky little fellas from the Underearth.
I don't think Underworld are as chuffed as a lot of people assume.
No, I totally agree. I don't think they're chuffed at all. I think they've got a lot going for them. You can build killers. The scoring with them is relatively straightforward.
Good at sacking the ball as well.
Yeah.
Two-headed
horns. Yeah. There's lots of things you can do. But if they start to go pop, they can go pop quite quickly. But I suppose that can be said about a lot of teams.
Pidpad did quite a lot of good work with Underworld in OCC in the run-up to Blood Bowl 1 closing. Yeah.
I mean, in the right hands, you can do a lot with them. I mean, I had some success with Underworld at a couple of TTs as well. I finished second in 2 TTs with Underworld, UKBBL ones. In fact, I played Darvo in the final. That was going back a bit though, because he actually won that one.
What, back in the day?
Back in the day, he took Dark Elves. Did not expect to be seeing Underworld in the final. Oh dear. Oh, I think you're going to have to re-roll that. Re-roll it. Yes.
Oh dear.
No, you can get another punch in the face. You got to stop. Hit him with a troll. Yeah. Oh no, it's a skull. Don't follow up. Don't follow up. He followed up. Oh, there we go. The goblin got him down. Go on, break him. Break him. Go on, little gobbo. Okay, that's not dreadful.
Got forward a bit.
Yes, Dector, 100% agree with that. Underworld players just die too fast. That's very, very true. I suppose the issue with Underworld is you don't have quality players to protect your really important piece. Goblins as linemen is an issue.
Do you start with the goblins on the line of scrimmage?
I'm a fan, because most lines of scrummage don't involve many tackle pieces.
Just not against dwarves, huh?
Yeah, no. Oh God, no. I mean, dwarves is a dreadful. Chorfs and dwarves is a dreadful matchup for Underworld.
Big orcs, maybe.
Big orcs not so bad because they don't generally take the tackle. The line.
Blitzers would normally have tackle.
No. I mean the line of scrimmage players. If we're talking about players that you put on the line of scrimmage, there's nothing you can do about blitzers with tackle. You can just have to take the punches. But the question was about, I suppose, using goblins on the line of scrimmage. Is that the way that you want to go?
Well, if you lined up with goblins in the line of scrimmage, I would put the orc blitzers on the line of scrimmage to hit them.
Fair.
Yeah, would.
Yeah, and that opens them up maybe for a blitz back by a killer piece, so you can try to remove the tackle pieces. So it's a two-headed piece, that one.
If you've got 3 tackle pieces on the line of scrimmage versus 1 killer piece hitting back, is it worth it? Probably not.
Well, you've still got 4 Blackhawks to play with, of course.
Yeah.
Unless you're mad and build a team like Gav did.
Kate Beckinsale is Underworld, right? She's not bad at all. No.
I tell you what, she still fills out that catsuit, doesn't she? God bless her.
I'm not a fan of putting the Underworld troll on the line of scrimmage, to be honest.
How many line rats can you have? 6?
You can take 2 line rats, 2 blitzers, 2 throwers, and a troll, and then the rest is goblins.
And you have stars most matches.
And you have what? Sorry.
Star players. Well, at least I'm always playing uphill against higher TV teams.
Oh, absolutely.
So I always take a start just to think about the line of scrimmage.
They've got the right star players for the right situation. That's what I like about Underworld. For low AV teams, you've got Skitter, Stab. For high AV teams, you can take Glart, Smash Rip Jr. They've got options. They can take Morg, of course.
Oh, Ripper's frightfully good value. Will he play for Underworld?
No, Ripper doesn't play for Underworld. The star players for Underworld team are the 3 that I've listed already. They can take Bomber Dribble Snot, little bomber guy, just to be irritating. They can take Fez Glitch, I want to say. I'm just having a look. Yep, they can take Fez Glitch and Nobbler. So 3 real cheap stars, or 4 real cheap stars. So you've got Skitter, Stab at 160, but then you've got a Movement 9 Skaven on the pitch, who has Agility 4. So he's pretty tasty, and he can also stab some nasty pieces. You've got the Strength 4 Claw Juggernaut Blitzer, Glart Smash Rip Jr. Morg, of course, is the big top end, but the second most expensive star player on the Underworld team is only 210. He's solid.
Well, I guess with an array of cheap star players available, taking the in stadium inducement to make star players cheap, you get some mileage out of that.
Yeah.
Harsh when you're playing away, of course. But,
Yeah, Blackhawks getting 3 dice against goblins is okay, but I've played enough ogres to know that 3 dice doesn't against dodge, you haven't got the tackle. 3 dice against a goblin doesn't automatically mean you're going to get him down. Especially with a vanilla Blackhawk that's got no block. I mean, obviously block aids you a lot, but you'd be surprised. That was a problem for the Underworld. Did I just see the rat fall over?
Yeah, they ran one back towards their own try line. I can't really see anything on your screen.
They're trying to deal with the Elven catcher in the backfield.
Joe Cocker. Wasn't he pulled out of the hat in the FA Cup? Wasn't it the number 1? Was that Jarvis Cocker?
That was Jarvis Cocker. Joe Cocker, he's the one with the beard.
Barry Chuckle, nice. Brian Clough, look, it's Cloughy.
Could I open up another little topic of conversation? Player transfers end of season.
Oh yes.
2 thoughts. 1, how did it go this season? And 2, what's the thoughts on next season?
I think it went okay. I would have liked to have managed to buy the plate pieces that I wanted, but I actually didn't have the money, and I wasn't able to sell anybody from my team to afford that beautiful Agility 4 Blitz that I really wanted. Hence why I'm saving up already, which is why I'm giving away an awful lot of extra TV in cash at the moment. I'm already saving up for next season.
Yeah, if you had the higher TV team, now that you can't sort of spend your money without giving away extra inducements, well, you tend to think about those things, and you may as well save some cash.
That's what I'm doing. I back in the day when I first started playing Blood Bowl, the whole of the treasury always counted towards TV, so I was always very used to playing with a very, very high TV. I suppose this was before spiral expenses kicked in, but it's a new dynamic.
It's an old Vic called Vic Reeves. Vic Reeves, not from Yorkshire, from County Durham, Darlington.
Okay, so that Skaven catcher now is going to start the turn next to. I suppose he's going to try and blitz him out of the way, isn't he?
Really isn't. That was a fantastic piece of insight. Thank you for drawing my attention to that. You're welcome, Gav.
Well, how do I follow up that pearl of wisdom about Vic Reeves? So I don't know what to say about it.
Let it lie. That was a problem, Gav.
I couldn't disprove or affirm your answer. Michael Palin, is he from Yorkshire?
Aye. Most of Monty Python are from Yorkshire, actually.
Paul Chuckle, Barry Chuckle. Nice.
I think they are. Yeah. Kevin Keegan would have been a good choice. Doncaster, wouldn't he?
And Vic Reeves was from where? You're gonna have to write. You're gonna have to write to Pugilist now to point this out.
He's from Darlington.
So it's Northumberland.
No, County Durham.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy Savile, well, yeah, but not so popular these days. Belligerent. He's gone the way of Gary Glitter. You might have really liked his work.
Let's make suggestions. Here we go. I feel the need to make suggestions to Pugilist now. People he can have playing for him. How about Peter Sutcliffe? Who else is from Yorkshire that we can put in there? Come on. Totally inappropriate Yorkshire. Dickie Bird. Got to have Dickie Bird in. Wasn't he from Yorkshire?
I think he possibly was.
Darren Goff.
David Batty.
Yeah.
Most of the cast of Emmerdale.
Isn't I want to say that Catelyn Stark is actually in Emmerdale now. I don't know where I got that tidbit of information from. Just in the back of my head, I'm sure I saw an Emmerdale the other day.
Bloody hell, the wheels have fell off her career, eh?
Harold Shipman. Is he from Yorkshire? Not sure.
Fred West is another one. Tell you what, if you live in Yorkshire, you'd be fearing for your life, wouldn't you? Don't go outside.
Gavin and Stacey.
You'd either get murdered or bummed. Oh dear.
Beverly Allett, was she? Just naming mass murderers now.
Fred West was in Gloucester. Right, well that's a long way away, so you'd be quite safe from Fred.
Where Beverly Allett? She was from. I don't know where she's from.
Wasn't John Noakes from Yorkshire?
She was from Lincolnshire. It's not far from Yorkshire, to be fair.
Jeremy Clarkson?
Is he from Yorkshire?
Yes.
Geoffrey Boycott, definitely from Yorkshire. We can't just name cricketers. Come on.
They're the only ones I know.
Maybe you're an Australian. You have this thing about cricket and English. Let's not go there.
Well, I don't know. It's only a matter of time because Edmonds and Noakes have both escaped capture, haven't they? Get down, Shep was. How much crime did that little jaunty catphrase hide? Okay,
Frankfurter, the Examiner from West Yorkshire News. 5 serial killers from Yorkshire. Nice. Bushranger. We've now managed to get Bushranger's search history to have Harold Shipman on Wikipedia in his search history because he thought we were talking about Harold Bishop. Nice. Brilliant. Oh dear. Right, it's 2 turns to go before we end this evening's show. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Zunk, it's been a pleasure as always. once again, sorry, go on.
Well, thank you for occupying me in the Darvo's absence. I've been at a loose end.
I know, right? What can you do? Thank you
I won my game this evening. Technically,
you did win your game. 3 points to the. That'll be a nice double winnings for you as well, won't it?
Much needed, mate. Much needed.
Oh, we've got an armour break. Oh, disappointing. Commiserations to Babalog for his dastardly loss against Sebo, who got absolutely lucky tonight. But like Napoleon always said, just give me lucky generals. Not to take anything away from Sebo. Thank you to Loki Star for guesting on here again. I'm sure we'll see you again fairly soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
And next time you're here, you might even be even better. And you won't want to fireball 5 people just because you can.
Come on, it's got to have a trademark.
Oh, is that your trademark now? Every time you have a wizard, you're going to wait for 5 people to fireball. There you go. There you go, viewers. You've just turned away.
Most of the time I keep the wizard to the end because I don't get 5 plays, but for those times that I do.
Okay, so now we know how to prevent you from using your wizard. Good. I think he thought that through. The Underworld are going to find it hard to score from this position. I'm going to stick my neck out and say here. The wheels have fallen off. Got a knockout. Brian Clough knocked out. At the moment, if his turn were to finish now, he's only got 2 players in scoring positions. I think he's going to have to make a dodge here. He's still got a blitz to go though, hasn't he?
He does.
Here he comes the blitz. That's the one I was looking at. Oh, and that's good for the troll. Well done, troll. Abaddon the troll. Don't follow up this. Good. Inner tackle zone 2.
Is he named after Terry Abaddon, the serial killer from Sheffield?
How do we? Where has this come from? How did we get onto the subject of Yorkshire serial killers?
Because Pugilist team are all named after people from Yorkshire, except Vic Reeves, who's from County Durham.
Yeah, I've actually just clicked on the link. 5 serial killers from Yorkshire. Number 1 is Peter Sutcliffe. Apparently, Stephen Griffiths, the crossbow cannibal, it was from Yorkshire. Colin Campbell Norris was a nurse who was convicted of murdering 4 elderly patients in a Leeds hospital. Arsonist Bruce Lee, 1970s, burnt 15 people to death. Arthur Hutchinson, triple killer, gatecrashed a wedding at the home of a Sheffield solicitor in 1983. Stabbed to death the bride's mother, father and brother. Wow. Yeah, I don't like this subject. Yorkshire killers, not nice.
It's Pugilist's fault, he brought it up.
I know. Vic Reeves and Chuckle Brothers. Chuckle Brothers. Chuckle Brothers are serial killers of humour. I think that's fair to say.
Vic Reeves, local legend where I'm from.
But not from Yorkshire. So Vic Reeves breaks the rules anyway, Burgers. Yeah. Bruce Lee, yeah, it was. It was Bruce Lee the arsonist just before he did Enter the Dragon. The same thing went through my head, but I wasn't silly enough to actually state it.
Well, here's one for you then. What do dragons normally drink on a night out if they're on a date?
Oh, here we go. Go on then. Do tell us.
Well, it's important to know, otherwise Bruce wouldn't know what to pop the rehypnol in if he was going to enter the dragon later on.
God. Oh, God.
He deserves locking up, clearly.
This game feels like it's going on so long right now.
Sorry, I'm getting in practice for tomorrow.
It's Davo back. Is that what it is? Darvo Vision back on.
So,
do you want to?
Go on, sorry.
I was going to say, do you want to put out a little advert for Darvo Vision and the schedule for Darvo Vision this week? What
Can
nights
I?
you
Oh,
yeah,
thank you
crack
very
on,
much.
crack on.
Right. There is a link to Darvo TV where you're guaranteed at least 12% Blood Bowl content. We like to call it
12% more than us.
Well, we've talked about Blood Bowl quite a lot. You get what we call tangential commentary, that we start off talking about the game and then just go off on tangents. We've also got a new feature that we will be playing co-op Total War once a week, and our stream times are Tuesday evening, Friday evening, Saturday morning and Sunday evening.
And GCBC is back every Monday at 8:30, 8:30 to 10:30. It's the only night a week we do it, covering all the information from the UKBBL and other things that are on the current Blood Bowl scene.
Frank, yes, that's absolutely correct. And if you do particularly well, you get a small payout at the end of the year for playing in the co-op Total War.
Right, so the play this turn to try and get this equaliser for these Underworld. Oh, he's failed the
He didn't
handoff.
get it.
He's failed the handoff. He's going for the throw teammate option. That's not the play.
I think he went for the push, trying to push his ball carrier forward.
But he didn't need to. He could have just blocked this catcher out of the way, blitzed this one out of the way, and this thrower here could have been handed off to. With two go for it, there's your touchdown.
Well, the thing is, when you've got a player like Terry Abaddon on the team, he wants to throw him.
You want to chance the arm? Here he goes.
Yeah, it's the unique
and he fumbled
USP,
him.
isn't it?
He fumbled him. Commiserations, and Pugilist wins again.
Hardlines Wednesday, congratulations, Pugilist.
Well, he can still score. He can still score. He does need to dodge to do it, and do a. Oh no, he's thrown now, and he's handed off. No, he can't do it now. He's already thrown.
Now.
Yeah, can't do it. That's the game. Yeah, he's done his pass action. He's done his hand off action. So he's done. The play was more simple than he made it. Than he made it. That was the first block of the turn, the one that he's just done. Not that one though. With the lineman. The lineman was the play. And that thrower that just did the block was the guy who should have been handed off to, because he was in range to score. Unfortunately, he could get there. Never mind.
Frank's speculating on whether or not the goblins, in a fit of pique, will decide to all gather round and give Barry Chuckle a good chinning. Well, bit of public service, that really, isn't it?
Oh, he's trying the handoff in 3 tackle zones instead, except you can't hand off because you've already done it this turn.
Possibly just realising that right now.
Don't you hate it?
That's Bushranger, that's one point of view. But then that's like when one of those redback spiders bites you and kills you. It's just their way of saying hello. So, you know.
Something for the Australians as well.
Oh, truly international punditry skills, Gav. I've been working on it. Well, we get Bushranger and Fashbinder and Skurametso from all corners of the globe. Many former colonies of the Empire tune in and watch Darvo Vision.
One blitz, and then a block or two. Oh, that's not helped.
Wonder if Sage won his UK bubble game. That's still going on.
Let's have a look. think it's still going.
Just tuning at the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Looks to have finished. Looks to have finished, but I don't see the result. We don't know.
Yeah, it's done.
I asked if he won, and the response was, "We don't know."
We don't know. It's a bit odd.
Oh, they didn't manage to complete the game as Charlie had connection issues.
Charlie?
Playing Charlie? Who's he playing?
Match day 3. I go down easy. That's 20 Phoenix.
They want an admin reply.
We should look into that in due course. Well, let's call an end to this evening's festivities. Thank you very much to Loki Star. And thank you very much to
Thanks,
Zunk.
sir.
Oh,
Thank you for having us.
Huge delay there to Sweden. No problem, Zunk. It's been a pleasure. And until next time, we're going to roll the credits.
See you then. Bye bye. Cheers.
Bye bye.